What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to talk about this article I was reading yesterday, and it was pretty interesting. It was talking about how much stimulus money did Americans receive, just on average, right? And so I want to take a look at this article because it's interesting just to kind of see the breakdown of how much money went to Americans. So that's what we're going to focus on today. But first off, on this channel, we talk about money and the financial struggles that Americans are facing today. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so I want to take a look at this article. This is from Motley Fool. We're going to go ahead and pull it up right now so we can take a look. Okay, so here's the article here. Stimulus update. Just how much stimulus money did Americans get? Okay, so we'll move down here and we'll take a look at their graph. I'm not even going to read the top here. I've already read it. It's not really anything of substance, but this is what I want to see. So these were the average stimulus payments by income levels. Okay, so just looking at the income levels, and I want you guys in the comment section, let me know if this is about how much money you received when it came to stimulus. Okay, so the overall average, all income levels, this is every income level, okay? $1,676 from the first check, $965 from the second check, and $2,385 from the third check. Okay, so that's on average, and that's everyone. Okay, now they break it down even further here, and so this is what I really want to focus on. So income under $10,000. So if you're receiving under $10,000 in income, your first check you receive $1,395. Your second check you receive $729, and then your third check you receive $1,777. Now remember, it depends, right? So because of the way that the scale was, because of dependence and all that, it's not going to be that straight $1,200 or the straight $1,400 or the straight $600. It's going to fluctuate depending on your circumstances and how many kids you have and all that. Okay, so that's why these numbers look off a little bit. It's like, okay, $1,395. Well, how does that fall in with the $1,200 check? But you have to add in the extra dependents and things like that. Okay, income between we skip one. Income between $10,000 and $20,000. Okay, now you're looking at here $1,573 for that first check, $949 for the second check, and then that third check was $2,265. Okay, an income between $20,000 and $30,000, we're looking at the first check at $1,601. The second check is $950, and then that third check was $2,351. Okay, moving on down. Between $30,000 and $40,000, we're looking at $1,637 for the first check, second check $962, and the third check $2,400 or $2,432. Income between $40,000 and $50,000, $1,691 the first check, second check $982, and the third check $2,490. Okay, income between $50,000 and $60,000, we're looking at that first check at $1,770, the second check at $1,019, and the third check at $2,575. All right, income between, and now when we're looking at the higher incomes here, what I think is going on is you have more dependents. Okay, so it's more of a family kind of a dynamic there. Okay, so between $60,000 and $75,000, we're looking at $1,914 for the first check, $1,102 for the second check, and then that third check was $2,769. Income levels from $75,000 to $100,000, we're looking at that first check at $1,985, second check at $1,269, and then that third check at $3,533. Income levels between $100,000 and $200,000. The first check there is $2,366. The second check is $1,435, and the third check was $3,853. Now, income 200,000 and or higher. Now this is where it drops off just because of the way the scale was. So there, that first check there was $597. Second check was $454, and then that third check was $3,071. Okay, so it really jumped for that last check with the dependents and everything that were at play when it came to that. So that's very, very interesting, just looking at the breakdown there when it came to stimulus checks and how much money people received on average. Now, I've said this, and I'll continue to say this because I do have people that still ask me this question. Are we going to see a forced stimulus check? At the current state, at the current time right now, no. There's nothing on the table. Politicians aren't talking about a stimulus check. We're looking at inflation right now, and the fear is that if you stimulate the economy even more during an inflationary period, then we will see even higher inflation. So that's not anything that's on the table, and politicians won't be talking about stimulus checks for a very, very long time. The only way that I can see them bringing back this talk when it comes to stimulus checks, we would have to go into a deep recession. And if we go into a deep recession, that means people are going to lose their jobs. And that means that overall our economy will be really, really struggling. And at that point, then we might, and we're talking years down the road, this could be 2 or 3 years from now, you might hear politicians start to mention, hey, we need to stimulate the economy and kind of jumpstart our economy again. That's what we did during the pandemic. That's the reason why we had all this stimulus, because we shut our economy down. We had to shut our economy down because of the pandemic. And because we shut our economy down, that's why they had this money to stimulate the economy. So they were giving individuals money, they were giving businesses money just to keep our economy afloat. And what happened is we were able to stimulate the economy and get our economy booming again. And that's where the inflation came in. Okay, so that was part of the inflation. And then we saw supplies shortages. So that's another part of the inflation. So this was all something that we did to help the American people. But what happened is we got to a point where now we have a booming economy. And right now they're saying there's 2 jobs for every applicant. So if you want a job, you can get a job. Businesses are willing to hire. They're wanting to hire people because they're doing well. Businesses are doing well. And so just looking at the whole situation that we're in right now, we need to cool off the economy. And that's why they're raising interest rates. They're trying to cool off the economy. You cool off the economy, and then inflation will drop. And then once we get inflation to start dropping, then hopefully they will stop raising interest rates. But at the current time, that's what they're going to be doing. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that when it came to stimulus checks. I thought that was an interesting article. I wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys have any questions, please post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.